Alpacas are fleece animals from the Andes Mountains of Peru, Bolivia, Chile, and Argentina. They weigh from 100 to 175 pounds and live 15 to 25 years. Each year they need to be shorn, like sheep, for their fine wool fleece. There are 2 alpaca varieties, the more common Wakaya, which grow fluffy, crimped fleece, and the rare variety that David Moran farms called Surrey alpacas, whose fleece grows in straight, silky locks.
It's not like shearing a sheep. Shearing an alpaca is a little bit different in that we lay them out, we'll shear one side. And what Chris is doing is he's taking off the best fiber right now, which we call the blanket, and he's shearing it onto this plastic sheet, and then we'll collect the blankets as the best fleece, and we'll just throw the rest of it away.
Moran says just like any other camel, alpacas will spit if they're really upset, and it's no ordinary spit. Traveling shearing man Christopher Aiken says running and spitting are the only defense mechanisms of the alpaca, which, standing only about 5 feet tall, would otherwise seem like an easy meal. When Moran decided to go into the alpaca industry, he went back to school to learn about animal husbandry, and he now serves as an adjunct professor at West Virginia University. He's become an expert in all things alpaca and teaches a class called Camelid Husbandry. He says there are 4 New World camels, including the alpaca and the llama, and 2 Old World camels, with which most people are more familiar.
We believe that the common ancestor of all 6 of these animals was actually indigenous to North America, and that somehow or another, we're talking hundreds and hundreds of thousands of years ago, the animals split up, and some of them drifted north and across Asia and down into Africa, and they became the dromedary and the Bactrian, and the others drifted south down through Panama and into South America, and they evolved into these other 4.
Moran teaches that of the 4 South American species, 2 are wild, while the llama and the alpaca were domesticated by the Incas and used for their fiber fleece.
We think that their production of fiber was about twice as good as what we do now.
Now, why is that?
Nobody knows. But any of the samples that we've been able to find in grave sites and that sort of thing are incredibly fine, beautiful alpaca fibers.
Moran says that the alpaca breeding industry isn't as lucrative as it used to be before the recession in 2008, but alpacas are still fun animals to farm.
This is a good family livestock because they're small enough that anyone can work with them. It's not like working with cattle, which is tough to do, and you have to have a lot of heavy-duty equipment. And they love children. Anybody who is shorter than them, they love. And so they just will gravitate towards kids. The best showmen in the rings are young girls and boys showing alpaca. They're fantastic because the alpaca respect them, they're not threatened by them, and they'll do whatever the kids want them to do.